Hey you all, welcome back. So today on Cooking with Monty Bell, I'm going to be making these juicy, flavorful birria tacos made with shredded beef. This has been one of my highly requested videos, and these tacos are just like trending. They've been trending for the last couple months, so I'm going to show you how to make them my way. There are plenty other videos out there that make them their own different ways, but I'm going to show you how to do it with some flavor. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our ingredients. In a bowl here, I have 1 large piece of carrot, 2 celery stalks, 4 tomatoes, 2 medium onions, and 2 limes. Right over here, we're going to use 1 bunch of cilantro and 1 whole bulb of fresh garlic. And right over here, these are all the seasonings we're going to be using, which is chili powder, salt and pepper, Mexican oregano, a few cloves, 3 bay leaves, some cumin, and thyme. Now, these are about a tablespoon each, but you can always adjust your measurements to your likings. As I always say, start off a little bit and add more, and be careful with that salt as well. And right over here, we're going to use 2 packets of SAZON and 3 tablespoons of homemade sofrito. I highly suggest you guys make your own sofrito. It tastes way better. And if you want to learn how to make that, I will add that recipe down below. And also 4 to 5 chipotle peppers that were in a can. For the other peppers, we're going to use about 5 to 6 chile guajillos. These small peppers here are chile diablo. We're going to use about 5 to 6 of those. Those are the ones that have the most spice in them. And over here, we're going to use about 2 to 3 chile anchos. Also, some white wine vinegar or whatever vinegar you have. These are my 2 favorite cheeses, the Chihuahua and the Oaxaca cheese. But you can also use mozzarella, shredded cheese if you can't find these. And your choice of tortillas, you can use corn or flour. Oh, and for our meats here, I have it soaking in some fresh lime juice and vinegar, and we're gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes. This is how I clean my meat. This here is optional, but I always do this. So yes, for our meat choice, we have 6 pounds here, and I use a mixture of chuck pot roast and beef shanks with the bone inside. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get all these seeds out of these peppers, because if you keep these seeds in, they are going to be spicy. So for pretty much all of them, I just cut it with the scissors. It's easier to do it this way. We're gonna cut the stem off, and then we're gonna go down here and cut it this way, and just go ahead and get all those seeds out of there. And it'll have a little bit of spice depending on how much, so you can keep some of the seeds in if you want more spice, but for the most part I take them all out because my children eat this. But it does give it a little mild taste. It's not too spicy. So just go ahead and do that for all of them, all the peppers. Just go ahead and cut the stems off, cut down like this, and then just get all those seeds out. Oh, and if your skin is sensitive like mine, I suggest you wear gloves during this part, because your fingers will burn the entire whole day if you don't. And for these chile diablo, the small ones, like I mentioned before, these have the most spice, so definitely take the seeds out of there. I actually left 2 of them with the seeds in, and it wasn't too bad. I did taste a little bit of spice, but it wasn't overpowering. My kids were still able to eat it. All right, in a large pot, we're gonna go ahead and boil you some water. And to this pot, we're gonna add our beef in here. which I mentioned I use a mixture of the beef shanks you see here that have the bone inside. I love using beef shanks because it just gives it just like that extra flavor. Any meat with the bone in it, of course, is going to be more tender and juicy and flavorful. So I did use a mixture of the beef shanks and the chuck roast. Some water, and then we got this last piece here. We can put in there. Also, into the pot, we're gonna add our celery, that carrots, the onion, and 5 garlic cloves. Go ahead and mix that in there. And once the meat is done, we are going to take out the celery, carrot, and onion. This is just to give it some extra flavor, so do not skip out on that. All right, now go ahead and add a tablespoon of salt, along with your 3 bay leaves, the sofrito, and 1 packet of SAZON. Now go ahead and mix everything well again, and until this comes to a boil, we're gonna go ahead and work on our birria sauce. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and chop up our tomatoes just like so. These were some good juicy tomatoes, so make sure y'all get some good ones. Don't get the ones that are hard and barely have any flavor. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same with the onion. Now in a saucepan, we're gonna add some olive oil or whatever oil you want to use, and throw in those tomatoes and onion along with the rest of our garlic. Now just go ahead and mix and let them saute in the oil for about 5 minutes. Then we're gonna add 2 cups of hot water. Now to this, we're gonna add all of our seasonings except for the salt, because I used the salt to add in with the beef. But all the rest of the seasonings, go ahead and add it to this and mix it well. Also, add that other pack of SAZON to this. All right, so you're just gonna go ahead and keep mixing until it comes to a boil. Once it starts boiling, we're gonna add all of our dried chili peppers into the pan. And then we're gonna cover this with a lid, turn the heat down to like a medium low, and let this boil and steep for about, I would say about 6 to 8 minutes until the chili peppers get soft. All right, so once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and add everything into your blender. Be careful because it is hot, but you're gonna add everything in there. Along with that, we're also gonna add those 5 chipotle peppers along with the juice and a handful of cilantro. Once you're done, you want it to look like this. But if you still see like skin or seeds or stems, go ahead and strain that so you get a more liquid consistency. All right, so now our beef has come to a boil. And as you see, a lot of the fat has floated to the top. So we're just gonna go ahead and take that out because we don't need all that. Just go ahead and get that out of there before we add our birria sauce. Now, once all that is out, go ahead and add that sauce in there. And you may have to take some of the water out of the beef. My pot wasn't all that big, so I did have to take some out. And then I just added the sauce in there. Go ahead and add about a teaspoon of white wine vinegar. All right, so go ahead and mix everything well together again. And this time we're going to turn down the heat into a low heat, cover this up, and let this cook for about 2.5 to 3 hours or until your meat is tender. Okay, now this is how the meat looks after cooking on a low heat for 3 hours. I did go ahead and take out that celery and the carrot and that onion as well. But go ahead and take all of that meat out of there. And just look how tender it is. Like, you don't even really have to do much. Just pick it up and it falls. That is how tender you want your beef to be. And then once all that is done, go ahead and take all of your fat, separate that. You can leave it. Some people leave it. I don't like all that. But go ahead and do that, and then you're just gonna chop all that meat out until it's all shredded. Okay, so now it's time to make these birria tacos. So as you see here, I did set me like a little station that's easy to work with. I have my birria sauce here, my shredded beef and shredded cheese, and my tortillas. So what I'm doing here is dipping the tortillas right in the birria sauce and adding it to my comal here. If you don't have a comal, you can use any kind of flat pan, whatever you have. I just so happen to have this, which works perfect. So we're gonna just go ahead and add the tortillas in the sauce. You don't have to add no oil or anything to the pan. Just go ahead and the sauce is gonna be enough. After that, you're gonna add your shredded cheese, and then you're gonna add your beef here on top once you see the cheese melting a little bit. And make sure you have the heat on like a medium low, because if you have it on high, they're gonna cook super fast and they're gonna burn. So once you go ahead and put everything on, we're gonna fold them just like so. Also, if your tortillas are super thin and you find them breaking apart as you flip the tacos over, you can go ahead and double them up. That will help keep the tacos together. And then also, if you need to add some more birria sauce on like some spots that you didn't get the sauce on, you can go ahead and do that during this time. And then just go ahead and keep flipping them over until you get the consistency that you like. Some like them super hard, soft, medium, firm, whatever you like, go ahead and do that. So this right here would be perfect for me. All right, now it's time to plate these tacos. Look at all that cheese and beef. If y'all could smell this right now, my God, today. Now we're gonna add our onion and cilantro in the tacos and in the consomme, or the birria sauce, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and squeeze some lime in there. Now dip that taco in. Oh my God, y'all. When I tell you how good this was, y'all not gonna watch me eat because this was messy, but just know that this was on point. All right, and there you all have it, my delicious, flavorful beef birria tacos with consomme and a side of Spanish rice. You all know I had to make my rice, you guys, but yes, you guys are truly going to enjoy this dish here. It is so good. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you all, it did take me a while to make this, about 4.5 hours to be exact. But trust me, it is worth every second. That is how good these tacos are. So please let me know in the comments below if you did decide to make my recipe. Let me know what you think. Hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And you guys, I appreciate all the love and support. And until next time, God bless and enjoy.